Virgo, let me ask you something. Have you been feeling like things are shifting, but not in any obvious way? Maybe everything in your life looks the same from the outside, same job, same routines, same people, but something inside you is different. It's like your soul has been quietly tapping on the glass, asking to be heard, and that tapping is getting louder. You're not imagining it. You're sensing a transformation that's already begun, even if you can't fully name it yet. Have you recently had the feeling that something valuable slipped away? Not just a thing, but maybe a relationship, a dream, or even a part of your identity. That kind of loss can shake you, make you question what you're doing and where you're headed. But here's the truth, sometimes what feels like a detour is actually divine direction. You didn't lose anything. The universe made room. See, you weren't being rejected, you were being rerouted. And it's all because something massive, something rare is opening up for you right now. I'm not just saying that to make you feel better. The energy is real. Your ruling planet, Mercury, just moved out of retrograde and it's gaining speed. Charging direct. The sun is sitting in your house of public image and purpose, and the nodes of fate are triggering your long-term destiny. This is cosmic choreography at its finest. What does that mean for you? It means you're standing at a portal, not metaphorically, energetically. This is the kind of alignment that only comes around once or twice in a lifetime, and the universe isn't waiting. It's already moving. The question is, will you move with it? Imagine for a second that all the times you thought you were being delayed or held back were actually sacred pauses. You weren't late. You were being protected, refined, and redirected towards something bigger than you had the capacity to imagine at the time. And now, the timing is right. You don't need to force it. You don't even need to understand it all. You just need to stay open. Listen. And when that nudge comes, when something inside you says, go trust that, that's your green light from the universe. That's your cue to say yes. Let me tell you a story about Clara. She's a Virgo, maybe not that different from you. She's quiet, steady, and always shows up for others, even when they forget to show up for her. On the surface, her life looked fine. She had a regular job, lived in a small apartment, and paid her bills. People thought she was doing okay. But behind closed doors, Clara carried a heavy silence. Years ago, after her father passed away, she discovered that her older brother had altered parts of the inheritance. He had taken nearly everything, leaving Clara with barely a trace of what was promised. She didn't fight it, not because she didn't care, but because she was exhausted. She was tired of the drama, tired of the betrayal, tired of being the one who always had to be the bigger person. She pushed on. She worked. She didn't complain. She forgave in her own quiet way. But deep down, she felt invisible to her family, to the world, even to the universe. She wondered why doing the right thing always seemed to leave her empty-handed. She watched people lie, cheat, manipulate, and still get ahead. Meanwhile, she kept giving and getting nothing back. Then one afternoon in late April, something shifted. She got a letter from a law firm. At first, she thought it was junk mail, but when she opened it, her hands started shaking. It was about an old stock her father had invested in decades ago, one he quietly placed in her name, locked inside a forgotten trust. That stock had exploded in value, and just like that, her financial life changed. But more importantly, her story changed. She realized something profound: the universe hadn't forgotten her. It had simply been saving something special for the exact right moment. That inheritance wasn't late. It was perfectly timed. She just couldn't see it when she was in the middle of the waiting. That's what I want you to feel right now. Not just hear it, feel it. Your moment is coming, and it won't arrive through struggle or force. It'll come like Clara's did, quiet, unexpected, yet undeniable. You're not being punished for being kind. You're being prepared for a reward only your soul can truly carry. Just because it hasn't shown up yet doesn't mean it isn't on its way. Some blessings take longer because they're being custom built for your journey. And when they land, you'll understand why the waiting had to happen. Now, let's talk about why Clara's breakthrough wasn't random and why yours won't be either. What happened to her wasn't luck. It was alignment. And right now, Virgo, you are walking into a similar window of opportunity. I'm talking about a rare cosmic convergence that is tailor-made for you. Mercury, your ruling planet, is finally moving direct out of its retrograde shadow and into full forward momentum. That's huge. Mercury governs your thoughts, your communication, and how you process decisions. When it's sluggish, so are you. But when it's clear and powerful like it is right now, everything speeds up. Your thinking sharpens, your timing improves. You start making moves that actually land, but that's just the beginning. The sun is now sitting in your 10th house, the part of your birth chart that governs career, recognition, and your role in the world. This is the universe pointing a spotlight directly at you. You're no longer supposed to stay behind the curtain or play small. This energy is encouraging you to own your space, to rise into your full expression. People will notice you. Doors will open, but you've got to walk through them. And then there's the nodes of fate, those powerful magnetic points that guide your soul's evolution. They're currently activating your axis of value and self-worth. Translation: the universe is asking you to step into your next chapter with confidence, to know your worth, and stop settling for crumbs. This is your moment to demand more, not just materially, but spiritually, emotionally, relationally. You are standing in a cosmic portal, not a metaphorical one, a real energetic threshold, one that only opens every few decades, one that people often miss because they're too distracted, too doubtful, or too caught up in the past to realize what's in front of them. But not you. You're aware. You're awake. And this moment, this incredibly rare alignment, is designed to elevate you. If you show up, if you listen to the whispers and act on them, if you trust that what's meant for you won't miss you, but it still requires your participation. Clara's story happened because she stayed open, and so must you. The universe isn't asking you to leap blindly. It's asking you to walk forward with your eyes wide open, your heart soft but strong, and your spirit ready. This is your time. The energy is here. The question is, are you? Virgo, let's get one thing straight. You were never rejected. I know it felt like it. I know there were moments where it seemed like everything and everyone was turning their back on you. The job didn't come through. The relationship didn't work. The door slammed shut when all you wanted was to just be let in. But that wasn't the universe saying no. That was the universe saying, not this because I have better. You weren't overlooked. You were protected. Protected from situations that couldn't hold the fullness of who you are becoming. Protected from people who would have dimmed your light just to make theirs feel brighter. Protected from timelines that would have wasted your gifts, drained your energy, and left you feeling less than. You didn't fail. You were being rerouted. Think about it. How many times has something not worked out and at the time, it broke your heart, but later, you could look back and say, thank God that didn't happen. That's not coincidence. That's divine intervention. That's your spirit team, your ancestors, your higher self working overtime behind the scenes to make sure you didn't settle for less than what you deserve. And I get it. It's hard to trust in the middle of the storm. It's hard to believe there's something better when you're staring at an empty bank account or going to bed feeling alone. But what you can't see right now is the bigger picture, the pieces that were being moved for your protection, the blessings that were being delayed, not denied, because the timing needed to be sacred. You've done your part. You've held your head up when you could have broken down. You've stayed kind in a world that often rewards cruelty. And most importantly, you've kept your heart open even when it was easier to shut it off. That doesn't go unnoticed. In the spiritual realm, that kind of endurance is currency. It builds interest. It draws reward. So if you're still standing even with scars, even with doubts, you've already won more than you realize. And now, the energy is shifting. That long wait, it's over. That chapter of being tested, it's closing. And what's opening in front of you now isn't just a new beginning, it's a divine return, a return to alignment, to self-trust, to receiving with ease. You weren't late. You weren't left behind. You were just being positioned. And now, you're right on time. Let's talk about healing. Virgo. Not the surface level kind where you slap on a smile and pretend everything's fine. I'm talking about the deep, cellular healing, the kind that rewrites the narrative you've been carrying around for years. Because you, more than most, have learned how to function through pain. You've mastered the art of holding it together. But just because you can, doesn't mean you should have to anymore. You've been strong for so long. You've forgotten what it feels like to be soft, to be held, to rest without guilt. That ends now. You're entering a season where the universe is not only allowing you to release the weight, it's encouraging it. And here's the part that most people overlook. Real healing doesn't just bring emotional peace. It opens financial flow. Yes, those two things are connected. When your nervous system feels safe, your energy field expands. And when your energy expands, you become more magnetic. You stop chasing and start receiving. This is why it's so important to stop calling yourself broken, to stop repeating the story of what they did to you, and instead begin telling the truth about who you are now. Because who you are now is not a victim. You are not a project. You are a vessel ready to hold abundance in all its forms. You may start to notice little shifts. Maybe your sleep improves. Maybe someone compliments you and instead of brushing it off, you let it in. Maybe you feel drawn to clean your space, to eat differently, to move your body with more intention. These aren't small things. These are signs that healing is in motion, that your soul is creating the space prosperity needs in order to land. And prosperity is coming. Not because you begged for it, not because you worked yourself to the bone for it, but because it's your time. You've done the inner work, you've faced the shadows, you've cried in silence and still found the strength to keep going. And the universe sees all of that. It's not blind to your process. You see, the energy of money doesn't flow where there's shame, fear, or unresolved trauma clogging the system. That's why your healing matters so much. When you release what you've been holding, whether it's an old betrayal, a story that you're not enough, or the belief that you have to struggle to earn what's left, is clear space. And in that space, the blessings can breathe. So don't be surprised if, out of nowhere, an opportunity lands in your inbox, or someone offers you something without you having to hustle for it. That's not luck. That's energetic alignment. That's the universe responding to the new frequency you're putting out. Your only job now is to stay open, stay available, speak gently to yourself. Give yourself the kind of compassion you so easily give to others. And most importantly, allow it in. Allow the money, allow the support, allow the rest, allow the joy. You've earned this, Virgo. Let's talk about intuition, your inner GPS. The truth is, you've always had this gift. You can sense things before they happen. You pick up on subtle shifts in energy. You feel when something's off, even when everyone else says it's fine. And most of the time, you're right. But here's the thing: for too long, you've second-guessed yourself. You've been conditioned to believe logic is safer than instinct, that facts matter more than feelings. But that's changing now. Your intuition is the most accurate compass you have, especially in this next season of your life. Logic may give you the map, but your gut will show you the turn you're meant to take. And right now, that gut feeling is turning up the volume. You might feel it as a flutter in your chest, a pull toward a certain direction, or even a sense of calm when you're around the right person or opportunity. That's not imagination. That's guidance. You're not just making decisions anymore. You're discerning. You're not just reacting, you're receiving. And your job now is to listen. Not to the noise, not to the fear, but to that quiet, consistent voice inside you that says, "This is it. This is for you. This is the next step." Have you noticed how certain things lately feel lighter, easier, more aligned, like you're not forcing them, they just click? That's not a coincidence. That's your intuition syncing up with divine timing, and every time you follow that energy, you move closer to what's meant for you. This next chapter isn't about chasing anything. It's about following the path of least resistance, the one that already feels like home. If something feels like a full body yes, lean into it. If something feels tight, confusing, heavy, that's a no. Maybe not forever, but for right now. And I know, sometimes intuition speaks in whispers. That's why you need space to hear it. So take the walk. Turn off the noise. Meditate, journal, do whatever it takes to get quiet enough to notice what your body has been trying to tell you all along. Because that nudge you feel, it's not random, it's not wishful thinking. It's the universe trying to move through you, trying to send you messages in a language that only you can interpret. And the more you honor it, the louder it gets. The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. Until one day, you won't even question it. You'll just move. You'll just know. This is your power, Virgo. Not in controlling the path, but in sensing it. Not in figuring everything out, but in feeling your way forward. And when you walk in alignment with that inner voice, everything changes. Decisions become clearer. Opportunities feel obvious. People either resonate or fall away. And your life begins to organize itself around your truth. So stop asking for permission. Stop explaining what your gut already knows. Start listening. And start moving. Your intuition is not a backup system. It's your primary navigation now. Trust it. It won't let you down. Virgo, you're standing at a crossroads. And this isn't just a metaphor. This is a real, energetic intersection in your life. One path leads to the familiar, the known, the version of life you've already experienced where you shrink a little to keep others comfortable, where you say yes when your soul is screaming no, where you choose safety over growth. That path, it's well-worn, it's easy to walk, but it won't take you anywhere new. The other path, it's different, it's uncertain. It asks more from you. It requires courage. It requires letting go of how things used to be and stepping fully into how they could be. This path is uncomfortable, not because it's wrong, but because it stretches you. And that stretch, that's where your breakthrough lives. What you're choosing right now isn't just what to do next, it's who to become next. Are you going to keep living as the version of you who compromises, who overthinks, who delays her own happiness, waiting for the perfect sign? Or are you ready to become the version of you who walks in alignment, even if her knees shake, who chooses herself, who finally says, "This is my time, and I will not miss it"? Here's the truth. Not choosing is still a choice. Staying where you are is still a direction. And right now, the universe is inviting you urgently to decide. You've already done the inner work. You've healed. You've grown. You've received signs. But none of that means anything if you don't respond. The window is open, but it won't stay open forever. If you wait too long, the energy will shift. The opportunity will pass. And that quiet voice inside you, the one that says go, will get drowned out by the noise of fear. So ask yourself, what am I really afraid of failing or rising? What scares you more, taking the leap or staying stuck another year? This is your turning point. Virgo, the world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be present, and it needs you to be brave. Choose the path that feels like expansion. Choose the one that brings your spirit peace, even if it brings your ego discomfort, because the life you want, it's on the other side of that choice. Virgo, let's get real. You're in a rare window of time right now, and it won't stay open forever. This isn't just another phase. This is a cosmic portal, an energetic opening that only comes around once every few decades. And you're standing in the middle of it. Right now, it's like a train pulling into the station. The doors are wide open, the lights are on, and the conductor is looking right at you. But here's the catch, it won't wait. It's not rude, it's just on schedule, and you have a choice to make. You either get on or stay standing on the platform, wondering what could have been. This energetic window you're in, it's designed to move fast. That means if you act now, the momentum will carry you farther than any amount of force or effort ever could. But if you hesitate, if you sit in doubt, if you tell yourself, maybe next time, that window closes. And when it does, things slow down, opportunities fade. That alignment you feel now, it dissipates. That's not a threat, it's truth, because energy is time sensitive. And this moment, this week, this chapter, it's screaming for you to leap. I don't say this to scare you. I say this because I want you to win. I want you to look back 6 months from now and say, that was the moment everything changed. That was when I decided to show up fully for my own life. So how do you act on this energy you commit? You write it down. You speak it out loud. You take one clear, bold action. Maybe it's applying for something. Maybe it's ending what no longer serves you. Maybe it's investing in yourself in a way you've always delayed. Whatever it is, do it now. Before the train pulls away, you've waited long enough. Virgo, you've sat in preparation, you've healed, cleared, aligned. This is your invitation to stop rehearsing and start receiving. The universe has done its part. The timing is perfect. The alignment is real. The only thing left is you. Will you step forward or stay wondering? Because this moment, it's not coming back. Virgo, let's talk about 2 things the world has overlooked in you for far too long. Your calling and your capacity to love. You've always been the steady one, the one behind the scenes making sure everything works. But lately, something inside is stirring. You're no longer content with just supporting others. You're ready to step forward, ready to lead. Right now, cosmic energy is lighting up your 10th house of career and purpose. This is your cue. You don't need to wait for someone to hand you a title or give you permission. The universe already did. You've been preparing in silence. Now it's time for visibility. Speak up. Launch that project. Say yes to the offer. It may scare you, but it's supposed to. Growth always does. But Virgo, while your work is evolving, so is your heart. You've loved deeply, often in silence. You've healed wounds no one even knew were there. And now you're calling in a love that meets you where you are not where you had to shrink to be accepted. For some of you, it may be a returning soul, someone who's done their healing too. For others, it's someone brand new, but they'll feel instantly familiar, like home. Either way, this love won't rescue you. It'll rise with you. It will mirror your inner work and match your emotional depth, but it can only arrive when you stop protecting yourself from what already hurt you. You're not the same person you were when you were wounded. You're wiser now. You can love again without losing yourself. So here's the invitation. In your work, step forward. In your heart, soften. The world is ready to see the full version of you, and someone special is too. Don't hide. Don't rush. Just be open. Both your path and your person are ready for you. Virgo, if you're still here, it's not by accident. Your spirit recognized this message. Your higher self brought you exactly where you needed to be. Because now, the question isn't whether the universe is ready. The question is, are you? Are you ready to stop waiting for the right time and realize that the right time is now? Are you ready to stop shrinking? Stop second guessing. Stop explaining your worth to people who were never meant to understand it. This isn't about proving anything. This is about claiming what's already been aligned for you. Your blessings, your peace, your abundance. It's not somewhere far away. It's right here, waiting for your yes. So this is your moment to affirm it out loud. Say it with me. I claim this. I am ready. I receive. Let that be your signal to the universe. Let it be the moment everything turns. And if this message moved you, if it stirred something deep, then don't let it end here. Drop a comment below. I claim this. Write it. Feel it. Feel. Own it. And if you haven't yet hit the like button, not for me, for you. That action, it's your energetic agreement. Your way of saying, I choose alignment. I choose abundance. I choose myself. Because when you take that small step, the universe takes 10 in your direction. That's how energy works. That's how destiny accelerates. So breathe it in. Virgo, your moment is now. Your story is shifting. And the next chapter, it's not being written for you. It's being written by you. Choose to write it in gold.